Let's just take a little movement in the neck. So bring your chin down towards your chest. And then as you lift the chin away from the chest, just be careful that you don't crunch or pinch the back of the neck. So look up. And then do it one more time, going down. And one more time, going up. And then we'll come back to middle. And now let's turn, just turn your head to one side. And center and turn the other side. And center, now we'll tilt. So ear towards the shoulder on one side. And ear towards the shoulder on the other side. Yeah, and then bring your head back to center and just close your eyes, let your face relax. And take a few easy breaths. And we'll bring the chin down again towards your chest. Go ahead and let the eyes open. And from here, bring the left ear to the left shoulder. And then come back chin to chest. And the right ear to the right shoulder. Let's do that one more time, chin to chest, and then the left side. Chin to chest, and right side. So we're gonna add on. Let's go through the center over to the left side. And now stand the left side and look down back, just slightly behind you, to the floor behind you. Still be on the left side and then angle, look kind of forward up towards the ceiling. Little tilt. And then look down and back. And forward and up. Take one more time. And then just come back to center. We'll go second side, so chin towards the chest, and then right ear to right shoulder. Stay on the right side and look down and back. Gaze to the floor behind you. And then turn forward and up, looking to the ceiling in front of you. And do that a few times. And we're not trying to go to any extreme or anything here, so if you feel anything uncomfortable in the neck, back off. Okay, and then return to center. Great, now for this next bit, let's interlace the fingers and just hold the back of your head so you get a little head support. And draw up and then tilt up so the chin looks up toward the ceiling. And then let's bring the right elbow a little forward, the left elbow a little back. So taking a slight rotation. And then return to center, go the other direction. And let's take one more time each way. And then come back to center, release the arms. Sorry, I got an itch. And then we'll go all the way around in a circle, but if it doesn't feel good to go back, just do the first half of the circle and be gentle when you go to the back. Yeah, so let's bring chin down towards the chest and then left ear towards the left shoulder. And then gaze up and come around to the other side and back down to center. Let's go the other direction. So right ear to right shoulder. And then up, back, and around. Be gentle on the way back. And then chin towards the chest, back to center. Let's take one more cycle each direction. Yeah. Good, good, good. And then bring the head back to center. Okay, so far so good. This next bit is strange. So let's take your left hand, flip it over so the back of the hand is on your knee, and then try to make a circle, but you'll only be able to get so far. Yeah, and then go the other direction as far as you can. That's it. Move so it's more the back of the wrist, yeah, and then do that a couple of times. Great, and then we're gonna flip the hand over. So now it's palm down, and have the contact point be right at the wrist. And then you'll go again, but you won't be able to go you won't have as much range of motion with the hand in this position. Do that a few times. Yes, and as you're doing this, we want the shoulder blade to move. You're probably feeling a little movement in the spine. We're going to come back to the left arm in a second. Let's now take the whole spine and torso around in a few circles. And at first, just kind of a middle of the road circle. And then let's get a little more involved. You might move the shoulders, you might move the head. You know, as you're circling, notice if there's a spot, like a kind of sticky spot. And next time you get to that spot, pause. If you don't have a spot, just pick an area. And then from your holding position, move in a different way. So that might be like a cat-cow. You might do a little bit more of a side bend, something like that. And then let's continue around in our circle. A couple more rounds, and you can either pause at the same spot, or you can find a new spot, and then again, create a little movement in your new spot. Yeah. Very good. And then let's change the direction of your circle. If you don't remember, just keep going the way you were, it's fine. And then let's make it a little bigger, a little more involved. That's it. And then one more time, you'll find a spot, any spot will do, and create any additional movement in your spot. Okay, and then let's pause, coming back to center. Now let's go again with the left hand, flip it over so the back of the hand is touching the knee. And then you'll go as far as you can in the circle, and then when you can't go any farther, flip the hand over and continue. So it's you're going all the way around. Yeah, that's it. That's it. And now you'll find here that the torso is also making a little bit of a circle to accommodate the movement of the arm. Yeah, can we go the other direction? I don't know, but try. Yeah, so just kind of roll around on the wrist. And now this next bit might make it easier, it might make it harder. Let's do the same motion, but not have the hand on the knee. So it's a little more freestyle. Yeah. Great. Yep, that's it. That's it. Okay, and we're going to up the ante. Let's lean a little this direction. Take the arm in front of you and over your head out to the side, and then bend the elbow. Yeah, great. So do that a couple of times so the arm's swinging around. And you'll find if it's getting a little stiff in the shoulder, try moving your torso more. Yeah, and then can we go the other direction? Try it. Now, if you're not doing exactly what I'm doing, it's okay. And it's more about creating movement than it is about doing the exact same thing that I'm doing. And that'll be the kind of for the whole class. Great. All right, so we're going to do one more thing. Just pause. I need to work it out for a second. So I come over here, elbow on the knee, and then the arm comes up. I go around and twist. Arm comes overhead, elbow to knee. Arm goes out other side, and we twist. Okay, so let's start with the twist. Bring your right hand to the left leg. Left arm behind you, just kind of bring the arm out. Yeah. And then we'll take the arm up overhead. Take your motion here. And then I went the other way. So arm overhead and then go, which way are we going? This way. And then when it comes in front, you'll bring the left elbow to the right knee. That's it. And then we come the other direction. Swing the arm overhead all the way around. And then we come into the twist. Yeah, so let's go back and forth with that a couple of times. Arm sweeps overhead and then elbow to knee. We kind of bend over. And then the arm sweeps overhead, around, and we twist to the left. Yeah, take it just one more time all the way around. elbow to knee, lean over. And then other side. And we twist. Okay. And then release. Just pause for a second. Close your eyes. And draw an imaginary line down the center of your body. And notice how the left side feels compared to the right side. Let the eyes open. Any results?
Tingly.
A little tingly, awesome, awesome. Let's change the legs so the right one is in front. And now we're going to come do the whole hand cycle here. So start with the back of the hand on the knee, and then you'll make as much of a circle as you can, and when you can't anymore, go the other direction. Do that a few times. The elbow will go out to the side. Yeah, now you might find, for me, the first side went really well. This side isn't working out as well. So which is the bum shoulder now, or is it still both?
I'll tell you about it.
Okay, because it might be really, like, whatever side is acting funny might not go as easily here. All right, so let's flip the hand over so you're on the wrist, the heel of the hand. And as you're taking the motion here, just try it out. You won't have as much range with the hand in this position. Great. Now let's just take one round of our circles, just hands on the legs, and you decide how big you want to make it, how involved the shoulders want to be, etc. And then the other direction. So do you remember a couple weeks ago we did the block on the hand? It's very similar motion that we're doing now. Okay, and then pause, straight in the middle. And now let's do our full circle. So have the back of the hand on the knee and go as far as you can. And when you can't anymore, just flip it over. The wrist is getting some movement. Yes, that's it. That's it. And then try it out the other direction. For most of us, one direction of circle works better than the other. Okay, go back to the first direction, and can you do it without the hand touching? That's it. And then the other way. Yeah, that's it. All right, so here we go. The full movement here. Start here with the hand, the palm up, elbow out wide, and then let the arms swing around in the front overhead, out to the side and back in. Do that a couple of times. And let the torso move with the arms, so there'll be kind of like a little circle going on in the whole body. And then can we go the other direction, arm out to the side, overhead, around, you kind of bow down. Yeah, hey. All right. And now we're gonna go for that, the full cycle here with the twists, but I need to do it for a second first. So let's see, the right hand comes to the left knee and you bow over. And then you'll come up, undo, arm swings around, and we twist. Yep. All right, so from the twist, arm swings around overhead, right hand to left knee, and then we bow over. And then we come up out of that, arm comes overhead, left hand to the right knee, and we twist over. Undo, it's like a big wind-up toy is our body. And then we bow, and then we undo. Yeah, let's take one more time. All right, and then we'll pause, just coming back to center again. Close your eyes for a second and just check in. All right. Oh, some scary noises outside. Yikes. All right, so before we change our shape completely, just stretch out the legs and move your feet around a little bit. Anything is fine, the ankles, the toes, it's just whatever you need, yeah. Okay. And then we'll spend some time on all fours and also in some lungy sort of positions. So feel free to have a blanket under your knees for padding if you need that. And then once you get into position here, let's start to just move, let's kind of taking the hands for a walk, yeah? So you'll just start to shift your weight from one hand to the other, but each time you do, change the direction your fingers are facing. Yeah, and we don't want to spend too much time on one side, but just creating load in different parts of the hand. Yes, good. And then let's come back to center. Tuck the toes under and head back into child's pose with the arms forward. And just give the mat a little push down so that the toes get a little bit of a stretch. And then we'll, same idea that we were just doing with the hands. So come up a little bit and now walk the hands, both hands to a different spot and shift back again to child's pose, toes tucked under. And then we come up a new spot and shift back. And just keep doing that each time, having the hands in a slightly different position, just to create different load now on the feet and the toes. Yeah. Now, if you like here, if you want to add a little extra pressure on the toes, and you might not, but when you come back, lift the knees. So it just gets a different spot. Great. Okay. And then from here, let's just stretch out the backs of the legs for a second. Undo the toes. You can give them a little shake out. And then head into downward facing dog. And let this be down dog with quotation marks around it. So you can, you can bend the knees a little, bend the elbows. You can move around. It doesn't have to be a still dog. And then from here, let's head back into child's pose just for a quickie. Take your hands, go onto your spider fingers, and try to scrunch up the mat with the hands. So the center of the palms are lifted. And then we'll take a little bit of leg movement here. So let's reset coming to your all fours position. You'll start with your left leg. I'm going to mirror you guys who are, so it's my right, but let's start left. So lift the left leg up, bend the knee. The foot is up towards the ceiling. And then take the knee out to the left side, fire hydrant. And then we'll take the knee over to the right elbow. So it's making a crisscross. And then over to the left elbow. And then draw the knee back. It'll kind of cross behind the bottom leg. And then lift it up back to starting position. So we're drawing a figure eight. Let's go a couple times. So knee out to the side. Over to the right elbow, to the left elbow, and then back behind the other knee, and up. And again, out to the side, figure eight. You might play with the speed, maybe make it a little quicker. And it's a-okay if the spine is moving, the pelvis is moving, if anything else is wiggling a little bit, that's fine. All right. Now here we're going to change our position. Let's pause with the knee lifted. And then you'll step it forward outside of the hands. So here we are in a lunge variation. You might want to have blocks for underneath your hands here. So just take them if you need them. Pretend there's a crayon in the middle of your belly button and we're drawing a circle on the mat. Yeah. And then go the other direction. Great. And now keep moving, but let it be, it doesn't have to be a direct path. Yeah, so just from this sort of lunge-like starting position, you can shift side to side. You can bend and straighten the front knee, bend and straighten the back knee. You could lift an arm if you wanted to. Just kind of moving around. Okay, so we're going to change our movement pattern. Let's pause. Now from here, the back leg, which is your right leg, it's going to pivot towards the left side of the mat. And then you'll come sit on the heel if you can. If you can't, no big deal. You'll just stay up a little bit. Yeah, James, stay up like this, so don't go all the way back. That's it. Yeah.
No argument.
Great, yeah. And now from this position, I'm going to show both ways. So James, from here, let's let go with the hands and just kind of shift forward and shift back. Yeah, do that a few times. Great. And you keep going. I'm going to show how it looks for the folks at home with the knee down. That's it. And now you might want blocks if you're up here. See if you can shift a little more towards the left foot. And it's okay if the heel comes up off the floor. It's okay if the knee comes quite forward, if that feels okay. If it doesn't feel good in the knee, then do a smaller version. Yeah. Great. Okay, let's pause. Bring your hands back down, pivot the back leg around. So now we're in our lunge pose again, arms to the inside of the left foot. And then you'll tuck the right toes under, lift the right knee. So now the back leg is elevated. Exactly. Same idea that we did with the knee down. Instead of the circles though, let's just create any kind of movement from this position. So you could do some circles, you could bend and straighten one knee or both. Yeah, just moving around a little bit. Okay, now let's pause from here. Take the back heel, bring it down onto the floor, and then let's come up to warrior two pose. Yeah, we made it. Go ahead and straighten out the front leg and rebend. And just do that a few times. Bend and straighten the left knee. Good, good, good. All right. And now pause with the knee bent. Just watch me for a second. So we'll bring the arms down. The back heel will lift, and then you'll actually pivot the back foot. So the heel goes the other direction. It might touch the floor, it might not. The front foot will pivot too, and then here we end up in something kind of like a side plank. Yeah, so I'll show you how to get there from warrior two. Oh, great, James, you got there. So arms come down, you take a little pivot, and maybe you lift the left arm. Yeah. All right, that's going to come back again. Let's, for now, move the blocks if you're on the blocks. And then we'll head back in the downward facing dog. And again, let it be kind of a moving dog. You can pedal the legs. You can shift a little back and forth. Anything you want to add on to this downward dog is fine. And for our whole practice today, I'm not going to be so specific with positioning or alignment. I want you just to explore different options. Okay, yoga. So from here, from our down dog, let's round back, look up towards the belly button, and keep that as we come forward to plank pose. Once you get into plank pose, we'll unravel the spine, lower the knees to the floor, lower the bend the elbows and lower all the way down. Oh yeah, relief, we're down here. Now let's prop ourselves up on the forearms. Yeah, so kind of sphinx-like position. Let yourself do a little, almost drawing a figure eight with the shoulders and the upper part of the torso. Now, for anybody, if this feels crummy on the lower back, you could just do a smaller version with the arms closer to the floor, the chest closer to the floor. Later, if this is feeling fine and you want to do a deeper version, I'll show you how you could if you wanted to. All right, so from here, let's pause. And we'll reset the hands. Press yourself up and back to child's pose. And then we'll just hold this for a second. Let the head rest, the forehead on a block or on your hands. And take a little check and draw a line down the midline of the body. And notice the right side and the left side. We did a lot more stuff on the right side. You might feel the effects here. Okay, and then we've got a second side to do. So let's reset for your all fours. I'm just going to turn around so that I can face you guys on the other way, but you don't have to do that. And then from your position here, before we do the leg figure eights, just move the torso around in a circle. So I said circle, but it doesn't have to be circular. It can be any pathway that feels good. And we'll change. If you're circling, go the other direction. If you're drawing lines, just make different kinds of lines. All right, and then from here we've got our leg figure eights. So let's pick up your right leg, the knee is bent. Take the knee out to the side, and then bring the knee across over to the left elbow, and then across over to the right elbow, and you'll draw it back behind the left knee and up again to starting position. So a couple of times, out to the side, left elbow, right elbow, cross it back and up. And again, you might play with the speed, maybe make it a little quicker. How often do we move our legs around like this? Never, never, ever. All right, guys, when you're ready, we'll step your right foot outside of the hands. You can give it a hand if you need. That's it. And here's where you might want blocks for under the hands. Take them if you need them. And we'll start with our circles. So just draw a circle on the mat with your belly button. It doesn't matter what size or what speed. And then go the other direction. Yeah. Great. And then let's pause here. And instead of circles, take anything. So that could be a forward and back. You could add in a twist, one side or both sides. Good, 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 good. All right, friends. So here's where we come into that weird one. So pause here, take the back foot, the left foot, and pivot so the foot goes towards the right side of the mat. And then if you can sit on the heel, great. If not, just go about halfway down to the floor. Yeah. And then we're going to do a no hands here. Just start to move, shift towards the front foot and the back foot. That's it. And then if you're down, it'll look kind of like this. You can go up and down. You could stay down and just kind of shift back and forth. Exactly. Yeah, James, can you move your whole pelvis towards the front foot and then a little towards the back foot? Yes, good, good, good. Great. All right, friends. And then to get out of this, let's come down, hands to the floor or to your blocks. Reset the back foot, so it's just straight back. Tuck the toes under, lift the back knee. So now we're in just the back leg elevated. And take here just anything, any kind of movement. Good, good. All right, and then we'll pause and turn the back heel to the floor. Bring yourself up to warrior two. And then let's just go bend and straighten a few times on the front leg. Good, good, good. Now I'm going to demo it again, but if you know what you're doing, you can go ahead and do it. So the front knee bends, arms windmill around. You'll lift the back heel and then turn the back heel as you pivot on the front leg, and then the right arm might lift. And then you can come out of that. You can transition between the two if you want. Or you could stay down there, just kind of fool around with it for a little bit. Yeah. Great. Okay, and then when we're done, let's pause. If you're on blocks, move them out of the way. Head back into your down dog with any kind of movement. And that's it. And we'll take that rounding transition. So from your dog, pause. Lift up and round. Look in towards the navel. Stay round as you come forward until you can't anymore. And then the spine will extend. Now, from here, if you want, you can put the knees down and come down again like we did before. Some of you might like to do a straight-legged version. For many of us, this doesn't feel great on the back, so it's up to you. I'm going to put knees down. You could stay with straight arms, or you could come down again onto the belly. You could do it with arms forward, anything you want, and we'll just create a little bit of wiggle action from the back bend. Yeah? So for me, this one feels rather nice. Arms are forward and kind of wide. I'm taking just a little shift from side to side. You stick with what works. I'm just going to show a couple different options. Some of you might like doing that in a little higher up, more like cobra position. You could do it in an upward facing dog. For me, that's a little too much, so you choose. All right. And then let's come all the way down here onto the belly. Make a little pillow for your forehead. Bend your knees and just let the legs go right and left, back and forth a couple of times. And then pause when you go one direction, doesn't matter which. Let the legs go back over to the other side and in, so making a circle. Yes, yogi's other direction, a couple times like that. Okay, so let's put the legs down, and we'll head back into our downward facing dog once again. Creating a little anything goes, maybe a little forward back, bend and straighten the knees, the elbows, or both. Yeah. And I know if you love all the structured stuff, I'll get to that probably next class. But for today, we're being just a little loosey-goosey. Let's pause, take your feet kind of wide, bend the knees, walk your hands to the feet, heading to the back of the mat. Prop yourself up, forearms onto the thighs. Reach down through the legs. Let's come up on an inhale, lifting the arms up over your head. And circle out the wrists as you bring the arms back down. Great. We'll stay at the back of the mat. Stay kind of wide in your stance. Slight bend in the knees. And just start to move your arms around any which way. Let the spine move any which way. Maybe the head take a little back and forth. Whatever feels good. Okay, let's pause here and we'll review that arm circle. And again, it doesn't have to be exactly the same as I'm doing. So right arm, let's have palm up, elbow out to the side. You'll lean a little to the left. Take the arm forward, bring it up over your head. That's it. Then the arm swings around to the side and back to your starting position. So let's go that just the one direction for now. If you want to be really daring, you could put a flaming cotton ball in your hand. Belly dancer move. Yeah, it was on a plate, but you know. All right, so now we're going the other direction. Let's start at the top. Turn the fingers that way. Lean also that way, and then the arm comes forward. We lean the other direction. Arm comes up over. Yeah, take that one a couple of times. And you can get really involved with the whole body. You can bend the knees if that feels good. Yes, 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 yes. Okay, and then pause. Shake it out. Let's try it out on side two. So start here. The torso goes this way. The arm comes out in front, around your head, and out to the side. Do that same direction a couple of times. Yes. James, bend your knees more and lean your torso a little more. And that should be a little easier on the arm. Okay. And then from the top, let's pause, arm out to the side. We bend the elbow, take the arm this way, and then we swing it around and back to start. Yeah, do that a couple of times. Good, good, good. And let's be done. Great, just shake it out. Okay, so let's move a little bit. Come to the front of the mat. Root down through your legs. Bend the knees, bring the hips back, and just take the hands to prayer. So we're in a variation of chair pose. Lift your toes, spread them out wide. And then let's put the toes down, lift your heels, and take the arms back. Do that a few times, just alternating. Just kind of a little rock on the feet. Now, if you wish, instead of prayer, you can take your arms up. That's an option. All right, let's everybody pause in the arms up position. Breathe in. On the exhale, forward fold, Uttanasana. Come up halfway, lengthen. And then let's go back to plank pose. We'll hold the position. And we'll do that rounding action. So lift up, look in towards the navel, head curls in. Stay like that as long as you can. You come forward. Eventually the spine will unravel. You decide if you're keeping straight legs, going knees to the floor, or coming pelvis to the floor. And then once you're down, we'll take an anything goes kind of movement. I'm taking just a little one shoulder roll and the other, little slithers. That's it. And then let's pause. Take just a little bit of a lift cobra pose. And then let's go back to child's pose here with the toes tucked under. Take your hands up into your spider fingers again. Yeah. So James, go back to child's pose. Good, good, good. And then from here, yogis, let's walk both hands a little bit over to the right. And then a little bit over to the left. And we'll head back to center and take downward facing dog. From your down dog, let's head to the front of the mat, feet to the hands. Take just a halfway lift from here, and then slide the hands up a little higher to the very tops of the thighs. Press the hands back, move the chest forward. Firm up through the belly and come up via hinge, flat back, transition. Great. All right, stay here and just circle the hips around a little hula hoop asana, which we've kind of already done. I just didn't say it, and then go the other direction. Yeah. All right. So next we'll take lunge pose, but we'll be a little more static with it. So if you want blocks for your hands, go get them. Let's do that little chair sequence again. So the knees bend, the hips draw back, hands come to prayer. Inhale. On the exhale, we'll forward fold, lift the hips, drop the head. Inhale, halfway up we come. And now on the way down, reach the right leg back for lunge. Hands on something, the floor, the blocks, your fingertips. Yeah. James, go higher on the blocks. That's it. And then from here, move the pelvis back, move the chest forward. Try to take the rounding out of the back. Press down a little more into the left heel. And then you can either stay on the hands, you could lighten up the hands, you could bring arms back, arms forward. Wherever you are is fine. But see if you can keep the that solidity through your core and through the legs. Okay, and then let's bring the arms down. From here, pivot the back heel down to the floor. And then let's come up, warrior two pose. Straighten the front leg and lift the front arm. It's a reverse triangle. That's it. And then we'll make the transition that we did before. So the front knee will bend, arms will come down to frame the front foot, back heel will lift, and then you'll pivot onto the outer edge of the back foot. The front foot turns, and then if you want to lift the left arm up, you can. If not, just forget about it. Let's come down with the arms, spin the back heel up. That's it. And then move your blocks out of the way. Hands to the floor, plank pose, round, round, round. Come forward until you can't be round, then you'll unravel. Let's do knees to the floor, elbows bend all the way to the belly. Just a normal cobra here. Let's take 3. Inhale, coming up. You choose the height. Exhale, going down. 2 more, just like that. Yeah. Great, and then on this last one here, let's go through the knees, tuck the toes under, back to downward facing dog. From your down dog, we'll head to the front of the mat, feet to the hands. And then from here, let's just do a few halfway lifts. Halfway up we come. And then down we go with bent knees. Do that again, halfway up and down with bent knees. One more. This time on the way down, let's reach the left leg back, lunge pose, hands on something. Pelvis back, chest forward. Try to take the rounding out of the back, exactly. Put a little more weight into the right heel, and let's keep the torso really solid, really stable as the arms take anything they want to take. So you could be still with the arms, you can move the arms. Yeah, so let's bring the arms down. Turn the back heel down to the floor. Up come the arms and straighten the front leg. Let's lift the front arm as well. It's called reverse triangle. And then we'll take the transition, arms to the floor, back heel turns up, pivot onto the outer edge of the back foot and pivot onto the front foot here. That's perfect, yeah. And then if you want, you can lift the right arm. If not, don't worry about it. Yay, okay. And then undo, arm down, spin the back heel up. Let's just go to down dog here. We'll skip the funny business. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Okay, yeah. Now it might feel nice, let's do this. Take the feet kind of wide on your mat for this down dog. Bend the knees, press the mat forward, send the hips back. Keep the hips back as the legs start to go straighter. Can you keep that and also create a little bit of tone through your core, through the belly? Yeah. All right, yogis. Let's bend the knees again, walk the hands back, just heading to the feet. Root down to rise up, inhale, we expand. Exhale, the arms down. Oh, okay, move around a little bit. Just shake it out. Now, the next little sequence, you've done all the pieces. Now we're just gonna put them together. I'm so excited. Maybe I'll just show around first and then you can join in. So from the front of the mat here, you may or may not want the blocks, but they're there. Let's see. The right leg will be going back, which means we'll be moving the left arm. And we'll start with the arm here, and it'll swing over. So as the arm is swinging, the right leg steps back. It swings over and around. We end up in Warrior Two, straightening the front leg, lifting the front arm. That's it. And then it's still the left arm that does the movement. We take the shoulder movement and then we pivot here. Yeah? So it's just a few of those back and forth. All right. Great. Okay, let's be done on this side. So next time you come down, just go to lunge pose. That's it. And then we'll step into plank. From your plank, let's just come straight down onto the belly and take a little breather here on the belly. You can fold the hands, rest the forehead, take a little wiggle in the pelvis from side to side. Now let's do this one again. Bend the knees and give the legs a little swish right and left. Great. Okay, so we've got a second side to figure out. Let's put the legs down. Press back, head into downward facing dog. Feel free to move around a little bit once you're in the position. Okay, and then we'll come forward, feet to the hands. Root down to rise up, arms come up overhead. And then release the arms down. Yeah, so it'll be the right arm doing the motion and the left leg doing the motion. So starting here, the right elbow out to the side, palm faces up. You'll let the leg come back, heel to the floor, come all the way around and up straight in the front leg is that reverse triangle. And then the arm swivels around, back heel turns up, pivot on the front foot, and come into that kind of side planky variation. Yeah, so the arm swivels around, we come up. Now, if you're not doing exactly what I'm doing, that's fine. It's not.
No,
That's all right. That's all right. What we're looking for is just Kind of some mobility in the spine and the shoulder and the hips. Yeah. All right. And then when you're done moving around, we'll meet in, let's meet just in lunge. Put both hands to the floor, and from there, downward facing dog. Any kind of movement, any kind of stillness, A-okay with me. Great. All right, let's put the knees down, rest in child's pose. Let's take a little moment here. All right, bring yourself upright to sit. Let's swing the legs around so that they're forward. So we're in Dandasana. Do feel free to sit on a blanket or anything to give you a little bit of height in the pelvis. Great. Let's start with the hands just behind you. Press down to lift up, and with your feet, reach forward through the heels. Yeah, that's it. Can you lift up through the low belly? Now, if you can lift the arms without collapsing, do that. But if you find yourself dropping, just keep the arms down to give you a little prop. Yeah. Now, if your arms are up, pretend somebody's holding your fingertips to help lift you up. It's very joyful, isn't it? Yeah. And we're not going to do the funny arm-shoulder thing. Just take the arms a little bit wider than you have them. All right. And then release the arms. Relax the legs. You can give them a little jiggle. Let's bend up the left knee, bringing the knee towards your chest, and then just take a turn. So go to the right side, left arm to the inside of the left leg, open face twist. Yeah. Now, if that doesn't feel so good, you can just put the hand on the knee instead. Yeah. Take your left foot a little wider. Yeah, good, good. All right. And then let's turn the chest forward. Put your hands behind the left thigh. Lean back a little and then press leg and arms into each other. Let the leg lengthen and the chest lift. Great. Take both feet and just move the feet, the ankles, the toes. Anything is fine. Yeah. All right, yogis, put the leg down and then just jiggle. Last side here, you bend the right knee, bringing it in. And then take an open twist. So you turn to the left, right arm either inside of the knee or just holding on hand to knee if that's better for you. Awesome. So we'll unwind. Lean back a little bit. Hold on behind the thigh. Press leg and arms into each other, sit up really, really tall. That's it. And then move a little bit through your ankles, your toes, your feet. That's it. And pause. Let's release, setting the leg back down. Take another little bubble, bubble, bubble. Yeah. Okay. So to get out of this, let's come lay down on your back. No blanket under your head. Just hips to the floor. We're going to take a couple bridges. So from here, arms can be really wherever you like. We're not going to go up too high in the bridge pose. So let the pelvis lift up off the floor, but not too high. And then be very gentle. Take kind of a little side-to-side motion with the hips. It's like a little swing. And then very gradually let the hips come closer and closer to the floor until you land. Yeah, and we're going to go one more time. So just come up through the center. If it feels all right to lift the heels, that might give you some extra room. Do it if you like it. And then just very small, easy little side to side on the way down. Eventually, the hips will come all the way down. If the heels are up, set them down and then take the feet a little bit wider apart. Let the knees drop to the right and bring the arms up by your head. Just coming into a little stretch for the front of the left hip. Good. And then we'll come up through the center. Knees drop over to the left. A little stretch for the front of the right hip.
Take one more time each direction. And then after these, we'll come into something symmetrical. So let's come back to center and take your feet not quite as wide as they just were. So in slightly. Hands will come to the hip creases on the legs and just press straight ahead so the hands press into the legs. And that'll help clear the hips and the lower back a little bit. You could either just stay there and hold, or you could back off and do a little press and release a couple of times. All right, friends, last thing here. Let's release the arms, stretch the legs out long on the floor, and have the backs of the heels press into the mat. You can imagine they're kind of digging in. And then let the feet start to do a point flex action, and that will cause the whole body to jiggle a little bit. Yeah, James, go a little quicker with the feet so that it creates a little more of like a push-pull throughout the whole body. You might feel the head bobbing a little bit. And you'll see in a second when the movement stops, you might feel some of the fluids still moving through the body. So go ahead and let the movement start to die down until eventually the body, really the heels become still, but you might still feel some energy moving around. Shavasana. Of course, if you need to make any adjustments or change your position, go ahead and do that now. Let all of the work be done. Can you relax the muscles in your face? All around your eyes. Can you relax the base of your skull, and the head and the neck meet? Relax the little spot, the little patch of skin behind your ears. Relax the jaw. attention back to your body. Start to bring in some movement anywhere that feels right. Ready, bend your knees. And gently roll to one side. Meet up in a seated position. Hands right to heart center. Thank your body for everything that it's able to do. And thank yourself being here. Namaste.
Namaste.